Well, it's a reflection show. My name is Martha Anabila. Today we are about to delve into a wonderful topic that I believe that every young person and even adult needs to listen to. We want to look at our potential, how we can use our potential in every aspect of our lives. What is potential? What are potentials? How can you use your potentials to inspire yourself or to make something out of it? Well, maybe you have an idea, maybe you don't, maybe you need more information about it. I have been joined here in my studio by two amazing young men who have personally mentored me, contributed into my life for a very long time now. And if I'm seated here today to talk to you, it's because of the input that I made in my life years ago. Let's go for a break. When we are back, I'll introduce my guests and we get the show running. Do stay tuned. You are welcome from the break. It's still the reflection show. Such amazing conversations here behind the scenes. I have been joined by Mr. Ibrahim Mustafa. He's a public speaking coach and a Mandela Washington Fellow 2021 and also a global shaper. Mr. Kofi Labi, youth awareness advocate and coordinator for Brekete Reese Foundation. These are amazing young people, and I believe that some of you have encountered them, you've heard about them, and you know that they have so much knowledge and wisdom to always share. Welcome to my studio, gentlemen.
Thank
you very much.
Today we want to look at potentials. We want to understand what potentials are. So, Mr. Ibrahim Mustafa, let me start from you. When we talk about potential, a potential or potentials, what do we mean?
Right. So thank you very much for having me here. And I think this is the best time to talk about potential. In my definition, I don't do the academic definitions. I just want you to know that, for example, if you have a seed, right, and you know that you want to create multiple seeds of the seed, and you put that seed in the soil, perhaps you've seen the potential of the seed to multiply. And once you put it in the soil, you're creating what? You've seen the need, you've seen the potential, you want it to grow. Yeah. So let's bring it to humanity. Since a young guy who is in primary school or nursery or whatever level of education that they are into, and you believe that this is what the person wants to do. Sometimes we see potential in people, we try to bring them up so that they can do one or two things. So identifying that this young person wants to become ABCD, like the programs we used to do for Kola and go to schools, train individuals, just mentor them and let them know that they can be anything they want to be in life. So in real sense, that's just potential. Seeing that there's something that can multiply, and you water it, put it in the soil, giving it the fertilizer or whatever it is for them to multiply.
Okay. Kola.
Potential, anyway. It's interesting how Mustafa puts potential, because basically we have the same viewpoint, seeing potential in somebody. And what I pick from that is, you might have the potential in you, but it takes somebody else to show you the way.
Okay.
Maybe you have identified it, but sometimes you need somebody to guide you.
Okay.
So young people, everybody has potential, and potentials are like talents. So how do you develop your talent to develop yourself? And then at the end of the day, the thing is, we want to create a change in the world.
Okay.
So how do you make that change with your potential or with your talent?
Okay.
Yes.
So it's possible that you, the person or the individual, you won't even know what you even carry.
Sometimes.
But somebody would have to say that, okay, I think that this girl or this boy has this or has that. So as a youth advocate, how are you always able to identify what are some of the things that you see when you feel that with your mentorship, they will be able to grow?
More often than not, you see, let me give you, I like practical examples.
Okay, let's go practical.
So this is how I started my reading program in
Yeah.
Tamale. I was just walking down the street and I saw this. I was going to play basketball and I saw this girl sitting by, I think I have a picture of that on my face, sitting by the gutter. After school hours, around 3 o'clock, she hadn't gone home. And she had gone to the nearby dump, had taken, I think it was a book or somebody's discarded book.
Yeah.
And she was sitting right there by the gutter and reading. For somebody like that, you realize that this person likes reading. This is somebody who likes reading.
Yeah.
What does reading do? Reading opens the world to you. And if you see somebody like that, I called her like, no, I came back home. I was like, no, this is something I need to encourage. Found the girl and on my own, just gave her 10 books. Just when you close, just go and read.
Just go and read.
You see? So that is it. Sometimes it's your interest, it's your passion. But it takes somebody to see it and then guide you through it. With human beings, that's what it is. Your potential is something that is in you.
You like
And you
doing.
need to nurture it. Sometimes it's just talent you have no, or a hobby you have no idea. It's there. Oh, me, it's just something. But somebody needs to identify that passion. You see children at a young age carrying sticks and just
Yeah.
What are they?
They want to play drums.
they love music. Not necessarily play drums. Somebody is just nodding their head and going about. But you realize that he's not hitting anything. It means there's music in his head.
Yeah.
That person can easily be a sound DJ. You never know. So
That's
you need
true.
to find it.
Wow. Wow.
That's how it is.
So per their actions, so you have to keep
Exactly.
monitoring what
Exactly.
a young person is doing. That will also help you to identify what their
And
area
then
of
you have to make
potential.
that young person aware of what they have. If it's a passion, oh, I know you have this passion. How can we help develop? So, especially when I meet young people, I tell you, what do you like doing? Somebody says, oh, I like playing football. But in playing football, you have the talent for soccer.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's not the talent for the soccer that will take you anywhere or make you famous. It's the discipline to it.
That's true.
You get it? People think it's the talent. It's not the talent. It's the discipline.
Yeah.
The discipline that comes with it. And that is a whole different character, attitude, a whole new ball game. It's a whole works.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me come to Ibrahim Mustafa. How do I, as a young person, identify these potential? What are some of the things I have to see in myself continuously to know that even though I do a lot of things, a number of things, but I think that this particular thing is major and I have to have a critical look at it.
Right. So, to me, I think that like mentoring a lot of young women, ladies, men, whatever it is, I've come to realize that the potential is always in you. You need to identify what you can do first. But then, my rule, or people like Kola and what he was saying is, we just give it a fertilizer.
Okay.
But sometimes you grow in a society whereby no one believes in you.
Okay.
Right. You want to start a project and people criticize you, or you can't do it, it's not possible, and all those stuff. Why? Because they've never done that. So I see the opportunity in people just realizing that when I give them that coaching, when I just let them be who they want to be, they can be able to be that person they want to be. A classical example is when a young guy, 10 years of age, told the teacher that he wanted to become the president. And the teacher looked at him and asked him again. It's like he didn't hear what he said. He said, what did he say? Guy repeated boldly, I want to become the president of this country. And the teacher eventually sacked him out of the class.
Not even president,
Right.
SRC president, but president of the country.
At
Interesting.
the age of 10.
Wow.
So the guy, and why did the guy sack him? Literally, naturally, if I was the one, I may also have sacked him. Because this is a young guy who is black in a white-dominated country. And saying that I want to become the president of this country, that was like practically impossible at that time. In 2009, that same young guy became the president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
He saw it early in himself. And based on that, he was able to connect to people to help him lift that potential up. So each individual, we all have potential. Sometimes, back to the question, you're watching TV and you see someone being a pastor, inspiring people. You see a motivational speaker, you see a volunteer like Kola who is doing great jobs. Or you even see a makeup artist, or you see someone holding the camera, right? And you feel like, wow, this is what I want to do. So you see that you may not be that, but you feel like, this is what I want to do. Then you keep on watching, or if you see anybody, sometimes maybe a soldier, or a policeman, or a pilot, you feel like, wow, this is what I want to do. And based on that, you need to what? Just having that, this is what I want to do is not enough. Get coaches, get people in that area who will support you, who will inspire you, who will let you know that it's possible.
Yeah.
It's just like if I bring cocoa seed to Tamale, right? Put it in, maybe it's no grow.
Yeah.
The
Which
weather is
soil?
not
The one we
right. Again, the weather or the environment is not suitable for that.
Yeah.
So you may be talented, you may have all the skills you need, but if you are living
Environment
in an
you
environment
are.
that it will bring you down. And that's what I see most young people doing. They keep on staying at the same place thinking that things will work, praying, and no, it's not going to work.
You have
You
to
need to
move.
move out of the environment or find people to help nature cultivate you so that you
You are a public speaking coach.
Yes.
How can public speaking or building your self-confidence, is it one of the major tools in realizing your potentials to use it effectively?
I would say yes and no. Public speaking has given me a lot of opportunities. Like I've met presidents, I've met ministers, I've coached even member of parliaments, I've coached doctors, lawyers to speak in public. And the reality is that I'm just speaking in public. Like I would say there's no talent to it. It's just like
It's just like
mastering the
something you
language,
love
let
doing.
people know
Yeah.
you can do it and that. So it has given me the opportunity to reach people who I may never have met.
Met in a normal
Right?
circumstance.
Normal circumstance. And also it has given me the opportunity to sell my products and services.
Okay.
And apart from that, I make money from just speaking. So as a
Important.
young guy, you need to be able to master the courage. Stand up. Tell yourself that it's possible. Speak in public if the need is there for you to be able to do. And once you are able to develop the confidence to speak in public, I'm telling you, you are going to do more. If I stand in front of people and I'm speaking to them, they will believe whatever I tell them. Right. So public speaking may not necessarily be a must, but I will say it's a necessity
Okay.
for you to do it.
To add
Based
to your
on, based on the
potential.
fact that if you look at the African terrain, there are a lot of talents. We have
Yeah.
a lot of talented people,
Mm.
but we don't tell our story.
Mm.
You're afraid, you are not confident, you go to people like, because the person's from US, you don't even want to grow up, right? So because we are not telling our stories, that's why we're not succeeding. But if you tell yourself and tell me, my name is Brian Mustafa, I don't care about whatever you do or who you are, I'm going to speak. So that's what public speaking can do to a continent, to a nation, to a city, or to individuals.
Okay, so Kola, you spoke about reading, etc. I remember in 2016 when I wanted to start the Martha Inspires Foundation, I came to you and I had a lot of people always oh, I'll support you and all of that.
You actually came with a pad and a pencil.
I came with what?
A pad and pencil. Writing pad. Sorry. let's get that straight. Writing pad and pencil.
Writing pad and pencil.
Mhm.
Okay, so what did you see in me that made you to really want to help?
You see, I've had this thing with people that they come to you and they go like, oh, I want to start this. I want to start this. And then you ask them one question, two questions, and you realize they are in it for the money. You weren't the first person I was supporting in Tamale. I was supporting one. There were two that I rejected support from because I realized they were in it for the. They came to me and what they wanted to do. Okay, so I see you started reading and it's online and we are getting a following. And they were like, how? For them, they were like, how are we going to market this? Which I think somehow they did anyway. Later on they did, but it didn't last any long. After one session, it was gone. It was bust. What I saw in you was a passion. You were almost at the point of tears at the plight of one going to a school and meeting 12-year-olds who couldn't read, who couldn't even spell their own names.
Yeah.
So when I was told and I called you and I asked you, so why? Remember the first question I asked you, why do you want to do it? So when you ask, that's where the passion is. Why do you want? If you can't sell your passion,
Yeah.
if you can't sell your passion, it's a non-starter.
Yeah.
So I was told that, oh, this young lady wants to start a reading clinic here, there, and I asked you, what's your target? You go like, oh, this is my target. Like, you had actually planned everything already and needed just the push. So when you came to me and you brought your writing pad and your pencil, you said you were coming for ideas. I said, what are you coming for ideas? Ideas for how to get books to start my reading. I said, no. There's a box sitting there with 140 books.
Yeah.
Take it and go and start.
Pencils, erasers.
It was already there. That
Yeah.
if you have it, there's no need to wait and interview the person. The passion is there. Just go do it. So you see, sometimes, like Mustafa said, in Africa, we don't have people like that pushing us.
Yeah.
And this thing that you are going to do, this thing, what are you going to get from it?
Yes.
You get it from
I got a lot of that.
influential people.
Yeah.
When I was starting my reading clinic, I went to see some influential
Yeah.
people in Tamale. And you see, when I came to Tamale, I had this idea that it was a communal society. It was close-knit. You have uncles, aunties. In Accra, we have the nuclear family where it's me and my family. In Tamale, it's me and my family.
More open.
And
Yeah.
then it's more open. Then I went to see this man, and this man tells me his children are in school in Accra.
So he doesn't see the
So he
need.
doesn't see why he will give me just 50 CDs to go get half a box of books. I already talked to the bookshop. And I was shocked. He said, young man, if you shall get out of my office. I'm like, thank you very much. And I walked out.
Wow.
Later on at the conference, he meets me and goes, oh, you are doing amazing work in town. How can I help? I said, I don't need your help.
Wow.
Yes. Influential people, they will put you down because they don't see how you are going to do
Yeah.
it. But you see, having a potential is not just the only thing. You also have to have the knowledge about what you are going to do.
Okay.
The potential, the passion, and the knowledge. How do you get the knowledge? It's by learning. How do you learn? Reading. That's how I am passionate about reading.
Okay.
I taught in the university and I realized, God. Sometimes when I get stressed out, I just take the essays, put them on the projector and sit back. And you see somebody write 4 pages and 2 paragraphs. It means you have only 2 ideas. And this is an adult, somebody we are training in the university to come and take up. And I realized, no, the adults are already grown. Let's deal with the children.
To give them the foundation.
So let's identify. That's how I came to my people like Mustafa and Co were around, and we formed a group and we started doing reading clinic in school. Every chance we get, we go to schools, give them books. Read to me. This is how you read this. This is how you do that. So the passion, the potential, and then you need to grow it.
Okay, so I see that from the conversations we are having, I see that even if you have the potential, you've identified it, you must even plan it before you even try to ask someone to mentor you. It's one of the things. If it's possible.
There's this cliche that planning to fail is failing to plan.
Yeah.
I use cliches a lot. They are very realistic. When you have a plan, you had a plan. Your plan was, okay, I need people to help me. Everywhere, what I like about you, everywhere you go, you're carrying your writing because you're taking notes.
I can't even remember.
She comes to sit down and she's taking notes. I'm like, what are you taking notes for? Oh, I want to do place. The place will be the library. I said, have you spoken to the library person already? He said, no. Where do you want to? I want to go to Banyamle. Banyamle, which school are you going to?
Kola has remember everything.
Oh, seriously, I have this memory where I remember things from when I was 3 years. My mother goes, See, so planning is very important. Some of us we are spontaneous.
Yeah.
Mustafa plans, I'm spontaneous.
Yeah.
I can get up today. This weekend I was in Kumasi, the next day I was in Accra, the next day I was in Tamale. Spontaneous, I go like, okay, there's nothing, let me move.
Yeah.
See, so I know myself. I'm going to talk about that later when it comes to knowing yourself.
Yeah.
If you know yourself, it helps a lot. If you know yourself, you develop yourself along the lines of your potential, and that also helps a lot.
It's getting very interesting. Please do stay tuned. We'll be right back. You're welcome to the Reflection Show, and it's all about understanding our potential. So let me come to Ibrahim Mustafa. You know, Kola has said so much, and I think that I brought my own story in the perspective so that we can understand some of the areas or the practical issues or things young people need to see. I remember talking to Ibrahim Mustafa about starting a foundation, and we didn't even know the name to choose. And after plenty talks, we came up with Martha Inspires Foundation. There were so many names that I can't remember. Now, when I came to you and I wanted to do that and reading, and I think it was even later on before the mentorship even aspect came in. What was one thing that made you think that, okay, I deserve your mentorship? Because I believe there are a lot of young people that come to you and some of them don't meet your criteria, but hey, lucky me, I met your criteria to be mentored. And yes, so what was that one thing or that you think that if a young person is watching or mentors, that person should look at before I can get a very good mentor, I should possess in a potential perspective too, yeah.
So I think that one thing that stood out was, that is my passion. I help people to develop themselves. And when I was growing up, I needed a mentor and I didn't get one. So I tried to give back to people in terms of that. And I could quite remember the first time we met officially was at the Radio Cafe. And she was trying to sell me Max International.
Come on, you don't mention that. Oh, so come on.
What happened was like after up and down, I said, right. I said, you can do more. You can do more than this. Oh. Right? So I said, okay, there's a time that maybe you look at what you want to do in life. So when we met, a lot of ideas started coming. I want to do this, I want to do that. And the foundation issue came in. So I said, okay, let's get names. Because I just give you the opportunity to get the type of names, whatever you want to do, should be within your preview. And it's like 10 or 20 names.
Yeah, we had about more than 15 names.
Martha Inspires stood out.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, now let's make it practical. Then when I left, it's like you started with the Panyamli and you informed me about the books and stuff. And at the point I gave you Kola's number, contact, I said, okay, this is Kola. Kola dear.
Kofila, you popularly known as Kola.
If you need books in line with whatever you do, you can be able to just get in touch and do it. And at that time, there was also another project that we're doing with Portia.
Yes, the reading clinic.
Reading clinic. So I felt
like Cultural Center. I used to go there a lot.
Yeah, it nearly conflicted with what you wanted to do. But I said, you want to do something, and you are different places.
Yeah, different areas.
Why don't you do it? Then, so I saw resilience. I saw someone who wanted to just help, and I saw someone who is just passionate, like. And that's what I want. People who are passionate, people who want to do what they want to do and just want to help the society. So I just saw that in you, and I believe you could do it. Especially with the programs that you do, and maybe like the Gifty Auntie or Auntie Gifty.
The project that
project was a great project.
Thank you.
So, and I now know that now where you are, you don't even need coaching.
Hey, I need Papa.
Right.
No, she's a coach now herself.
Hey, Kola.
No, she's a coach herself.
No, but at my level,
you are coached to coach somebody. So now you have to get people
yes,
to coach.
I have people like you, but I still need your coaching.
No, you don't need mine. Still go for like just everybody. I get like coaches. I have coaches every month. I have to pay yearly. If I tell you the amount of money I pay for coaching, because I understand it, right? So you just still keep in touch with people like Kola anytime you can call onto it. But just be you. Do you. And know that the little you put in can make a difference. And I have this quote which says that the challenges you go through, the stories you are going through today, may be someone's survival guide tomorrow. So someone may just hold on to your story and say, I don't think that now I believe that in your church, in your community, people look up to you. Because I have friends there who will say, you know, Martha, like I said, I don't know Martha.
Really? No, he's denying me.
I'm not going to hear about somebody. That's
right. Okay.
So, wow, then she must be doing something good. Right. So, and that's how it is. Your story can inspire somebody, in short. But then, be there for other people and help lift them up. And that's what can make Northern Region great. That's what can make Ghana bigger. And that's what can lift Africa out of where we are. Because it's just like, we can do it.
Yeah, we can. Kola, let me come back to you. Let's look at the potentials. What is the role of parents? Because that is the primary area of growth for every young person or the people that we stay with. How can parents who are watching us today nurture or get some of the tidbits to be able to identify some key potentials in their children? I was watching, I don't know if you've watched this video, Little. It's an American movie or what? There's this, I think she's 16 or 17 years old, but she produced that movie when she was 14. And her parents were invited to a show with her. And the parents were talking about the fact that while she was growing, she possessed some kind of creative ideas and all of that. So they had to support her. And at 14, she produced a movie that was greatly sold. And she's a character in the movie. And I was just watching that and I was like, imagine a 14-year-old girl in Ghana wanting to do something. We are all going to shut her down and possibly say that time is
I haven't done it and you have been
and possibly like say that, okay, and wait, your time will be up and all of that. And when I actually watched the young lady, I realized that it was her parents that really pushed her. Because I learned she'd be acting in the house, in the mirror, but she had so much passion to act. And she pays people at 14. She pays people to act for her. So what can parents do to really identify the potential of their kids?
We always say the nucleus of society is the family. And parents are the first point of call. These days, I shudder to think what young people think, because parents more often than not in this more quote unquote modern day society have left their upbringing of their children to teachers. And it was during the COVID-19 that you realized that parents were like, hey, we didn't understand the thing that what teachers were doing, taking care of our kids, because they have no time. Kiyosaki calls it the rat race. We are busy chasing money. All you need is put the money on the table and the money will take care of everything. But we are leaving the parenting to other people. When we were growing up, what your father says is born. Even teacher crack says, teacher talks and go like, my father says.
Yeah.
But now you don't have that anymore. You come home and you say, teacher says.
Yes. Yeah.
You see, the roles have reversed. My father was a technician. He doesn't call himself an engineer. He said he was a technician, but he was an engineer. He tells that he was a technician. Mom was a nurse. But over the past weekend, when my brother was doing the ordination and I was working with my mom, I was freely introducing her to it was a minister's conference. Everybody, that's my mom, that's my mom. And they go like, whoa, that's your mom? You mean this woman brought you up? That kind of, so parents need to encourage their children. Some parents will just identify the child doing something and go like, you are wasting time, you are wasting resources, you are making noise. Like the example I gave, a child holding sticks. Imagine us, the three boys in the storeroom, locked in the storeroom, pots and pans, jama.
We saw them
in a one bedroom house.
Yeah, making noise, stop. But
we are holding that to it. We know these are people who like music.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the one behind me sings. He's a music director.
Wow.
The other one is just anything he touches, he just gets it. Wow. Just like that. As of me, I'm just flowing. But you see, our parents let us take our part. They didn't say, you go here, you go here. I remember when I was in high school, I was taken to a science school. Then after I formed, they realized it wasn't going well. They said, I said, no, I can do science. I knew I could do the science. I could do the science, but at the end of the day, Martha, this is the thing. I didn't know myself very well.
Okay.
I understand the science, but I write it in my own way.
Oh, okay.
So if you're supposed to write science, you're supposed to write scientific terms. But I write it in English. So at the end of the day, when I realized, no. It was my parents, like, oh, as for you. They didn't say, as for you, are wasting our money. My brothers, they get BEC once, SSC, ACE. Me, I go here, I feel. I go here. They didn't say, and you see, they didn't say we are wasting money. At the end of the day, this is the mom sees me and goes like, oh, this is what I miss about you. You take care of her so well.
Yeah.
Because I want to go to her. I said, man, let me hold you, but I put her in my arm.
You know what? It's kind of the first person I've actually heard who is being very sincere with their results. Everybody we hear when I was in school, I used to be first.
Oh.
When I was in school, I used to be first. But I'm so surprised you can say this on air. Like,
why not?
no, but
That is what made
we
me.
don't get that.
That's
We
what
don't
made
get
me.
that.
That's what made me who I am. And I have see, even in the university, I wasn't the one who calculated my grade point. I don't know. Even students were asking me, how can you be a lecturer? You don't know how to calculate grade point. I don't know how to calculate grade point. I went to school to study, to know myself. So I'm doing English and history, and I'm taking courses from drama. I'm taking courses from administration. I don't know when I'll need them. I'm taking courses from linguistics. This is me trying to develop. I've realized that, okay, I am somebody who likes learning. Okay. So learn everything. Okay. You don't know when you need it.
That's true.
And I realized that along the line, I find when I was teaching at Savannah Academy, I could identify CEO goes like, I saw you there, we just need to give you a uniform and then you join the kids. Because I could identify myself in all those kids. So you sit down, you're talking to one child, and you realize that this is what the child likes. You ask him, what do you want to become? And he goes, oh, me, I would see. Leave that person be. At a point in time, that person would realize the potential and channel that potential somewhere. Now we are moving into AI, the Internet of Things. We had a family friend who went to all the international. The father was at World Vision International. They had all the money. The girl went to all the school. Acid Academy, Christ the King, you name them in Accra, Jack and Jill, you name them. Achimota School headmistress said, you know what? Your child is a dance. She doesn't know anything. That's what she was told. Then the dad goes, okay, fine. Says, let me enroll her in a program in the UK. Oh. They realized that the girl was thinking in binaries. Binary is what? Computer, basic computer. Now she's one of the 4 people who are. See.
But I think that maybe our education system is still one of the biggest challenges.
The thing too is that, you see, what I'm talking is parenting. The focus now is on parents. Okay. The dad realized that, see, God didn't create anybody not to be able to do anything. Yeah. She has something. So let me just spend money and find what this girl is. When Efe is coming to Ghana, she comes in a private plane. She doesn't stay more than 3 days. The plane is waiting for her. Somebody we said, oh, Nitiyu.
Wow.
But you see, parents believed in her. So parents shouldn't leave the parenting to the teachers. Be a parent. Identify your word's potential. Ben Carson, mother took him out of school and said that, oh, the teacher said you are too smart for them, so let me teach you. When the mother died, he went back to look at the letter. They said, your child is a dance. He can't do anything. She taught the boy herself at home for 7 years. Now, look at who Ben Carson is these days. Wow. So all these stories are stories of parenting. If your parent is not Lloyd Johnson, British Prime Minister, the mother had to go out of her way to go and find a doctor to come and take care of him. Parents believe that this child will not die. The doctor said, oh, the child, he won't live up to 4 years. He grew up to become Prime Minister of UK, of Britain. So you see, these stories are there. When we see these stories, we go like, oh, but they are just stories.
Yeah.
But it's parenting.
Practical, it's possible,
practical parenting.
It's realistic.
We leave this into the teachers, and these days, teachers will tell you, but the teachers also have their children. So if you're a teacher and I have to do with my child, my teacher, I have to do with my child and deal with your child, who do you think I'll deal with first? That's what parents forget.
Yeah, that's
so parents, let's think about it.
Yeah. Let me come to Brian Mustafa. As a public speaking expert, do you think that a lot of young people, because I see that with the season we are now moving into, a lot of that it is going to be about self-branding, how you present yourself, even in school, how you are able to present yourself and all of that. Do you think that the public speaking is something that we are not focusing so much on, that a lot of young people are lacking, that we need to concentrate on?
Right. So I think that not only young people, when we started, I think, what Prince will attest for, NTV, we went to interview one minister. We had to spend the whole day doing 15 minutes interview, like just recording 15 minutes.
Why?
We record cuts. and he will like be distracted. Will recall like fear of speaking in public. And there are a lot of people who are talented, who get first class, who are even teachers, lawyers, doctors. When you say, oh, let's do TV interview, they say, hey, we can't do
I've
it.
had people calling people to come for
They won't,
on
they
the
won't.
show, and they're like,
They
"Oh
won't.
no, if it's radio, fine, but TV,
They
I'm
won't.
not cool for
And
that."
the world has
Mika, I
moved.
almost ran away.
The world has
I'm sorry
moved
like
to
that.
a public speaking world, whereby during the pandemic, we hear Zoom meeting.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to be dancing? Right, it's public speaking. Whether you like it or not, you
Everybody
are
is
going to do it.
Yes.
Whether you are a farmer, if they want to hear
From
you,
you, a Zoom meeting
you
that
must
you are
go,
going
and
to
then
use.
you
Yeah.
go and say hello, hello, and run away. But that's the important aspect of speaking. God has given us the opportunity to speak. Whether you are deaf or dumb, you need to speak. All of us are speakers. If you want to speak to your children, parenting, you need to speak. Communication. If you want to talk to your spouse,
Sweet
public
heights.
speaking. If
Darling.
you want to market your product brand, it's public speaking.
Yeah.
So all we do is public speaking. Be visible.
So we those probably who were growing up and were like, "You talk too much." Even now, some people are here. They've been telling me that I talk too much. Please tell them that when you observe that your child likes talking.
Right.
I'm not mentioning anybody's name. I'm saying some people are here. So what are some of the possible how do I put it? Yes, things you can recognize. Yeah.
So, touching a bit about parenting and helping your kids is if you want your kids to read, be a good reader as a parent.
Yes. Yeah.
If you want your kids to be who they want to become, be who you want to become in life.
Okay.
So once you are able to develop yourself, let them know that yes, I can do it. The kids will be able to do it. So if you are a parent and you see that your kids like speaking, don't shut them down.
Yes.
And one of
Please
the
say
reasons,
it again.
one of the reasons why some people are afraid to speak, if you look at the history of some of them, maybe their religion
Okay.
shuts them down.
Yeah.
Let me give you a classical example. If you are a kid, if you are a mother, and you send a child to maybe the supermarket or the mall or a funeral ground, and it starts, or even in church,
Yeah.
the pastor is preaching, and the child gets up, KTC, this is singing, like making noise. What will you do? Shut up. So some people.
You mean see Akitesia in That one they will shut you up.
Like
No, but it's a practical. It's a practical
Okay, so
example.
like if you are singing
Right.
or making any kind of
making-
noise.
Yeah, even any type of noise, they will try to shut you
Uh-huh.
down. So you grow up thinking that society doesn't want people to communicate, to speak. So they always keep shutting you down,
Yeah.
and you feel like you lose it. When you are teaching primary 2, primary nursery, and you see that the children are active,
Yeah.
they are speaking. But when they get to class 6,
Keep quiet.
they are
And we
quiet.
write names of Dokati.
They'll be quiet. No, that one there we need to write. But when they get to primary 6, and then
My name was always names
you
of
see that they
Dokati.
are reserved
Yeah.
because of the culture they've been put through.
Yeah.
So let's give people the opportunity to explore,
And
They are
express
speaking.
themselves.
find careers that will help them.
Them in that name.
Yes, I have you mentioned about 14 years. There's a 12-year-old little girl or boy who reviews toys on YouTube, and she makes $40 million a year.
Huh?
Just
Toy
reviewing,
review.
like games on YouTube.
Yeah.
So you don't understand even the potential of what you are holding
Oh,
as a camera.
Charlie.
Or
How
a
much
phone,
am I making?
Right?
Oh.
The question is, how much do you want to make? That's the question. So we need to let people know
I'll
that they
wake
have a
up.
lot of opportunities. You don't need to necessarily go and force yourself in a government office or whatever. And they will, like my father, work
they-
for 36 years. They gave him 20,000 cedis.
And then
as
they give you a
the
TV.
pension. Right, that's it.
And then
So-
they give you a TV.
And
No, wall clock.
Wall
Wall clock.
On that wall clock note.
Wall clock.
So please, most importantly, don't shut your kids up. You know, when I was in senior high school, there was this class professor of mine. He's in this room right now. He would always write our names anytime we are making noise. And there was a day I didn't go to class, and headmaster came. That time our headmaster was Mr. Taibo Wilberforce, if you know him. and ask for names of talkative. I wasn't in class, but my name was in names of talkative.
No,
You
because
can
you're
imagine.
regular. No, when you're
I'll
regular,
be right back.
They paid it forward. They know that next day you make noise. So they are.
Welcome back. I believe it's been an amazing discussion. You've learned so much, and from today, I believe you're going to develop your own potential. Look for mentors who are going to help you to develop your potential. I'll be speaking with Mr. Ibrahim Mustafa. He's a public speaking coach, and Mr. Kofi Labi, popularly known as Kola. Kola. When you ask anyone here in Tamale, Northern region, and you know what? He's a disaster officer, but in fact, we don't even know about that too. So he's also a youth awareness advocate, making sure that every young person is able to develop their potentials and do better and better. So we are still investigating that class prefect who wrote my name when I was not in class for names of talkative. When you find him or her, tell the person that you go see me shy. Anyways,
all you know is looking at you. You never know.
Maybe the class prefect is around here.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mention him, so the class prefect is around here.
Okay.
But today, maybe that talking hours, maybe I was rehearsing to be a media personality. So
He isn't to be a talkative.
and he didn't understand that in future, you see, he wrote my name. Anyways, Mr. Ibrahim Mustafa, now let's look at the importance of mentors in our lives to be able to develop our potential. What is the essence of mentors? Coaches,
Right.
role models,
Right.
to be able to develop our potential.
Okay. So I think that if you are going to Accra and you are in Tamale and you want to know where Accra is, it's been much more easier to ask someone who already knows Accra
Yeah.
to be able to tell you that, okay, go to Kumasi, or then you can proceed to Accra, or even take a flight and you can go to Accra.
I like that.
In summary, that's just the role of coaches and
Yeah.
mentors. They've been somewhere in life, and you want to get there, even do more than what they do.
Yeah.
So you want to avoid some of the mistakes they've done in life, and they cut it short for you. For myself, I started seeing the relevance of coaches like 3 years back.
Okay.
Then I started paying more in terms of coaching. I have coaches in US, different places, who have done things that I want to do. So it has.
You pay money.
I pay money. Like I pay.
You know, even here when you organize a program for free, they don't come to even coach them or even want to coach people. So I want you to delve into the importance so that we can even appreciate the free ones people do for us and even the one we have to pay for.
So the fact is that you cannot help everybody.
Yeah.
In life, there are people who don't even like themselves. So if you don't like yourself, it's only who make you to like yourself. So you can't, and that's the fact, you can't help everybody. Like, in as much as I want to help people, I cannot help everybody. So I see that, okay, you are serious, and I'm able to help in that. But the role of coaches is just to help you, nurture you, not to give you, do this or do that, but to put you on your toes, to let you know that what you are doing is actually, and my coach can tell me what you are doing is its own work, right?
Wow.
Its own work, and sometimes
it even saves you time.
It even saves you time.
Yeah.
And it helps you to know that this is what I am doing, this is what I should be doing, and also to hold you accountable for what you are doing. So if you are listening to this, get a coach, get a mentor. And sometimes there are people in society, if they don't understand coaching, and you want them to coach you, they'll kill your dreams.
Okay.
I realized I once reached out to one lady. She's doing a lot of work, like on Facebook. Said, I want you to coach me. Then I've written a book. She didn't look at the book, and she started saying, "It's not easy to write a book in Ghana. Like you need to be a certain type of."
So now you've already written your book.
I've already finished my book. So from that day, I cut the coaching.
And she didn't know you have a book.
She didn't even know. But I just I wanted to write. So some people don't understand what coaching is about. So you need to like get the
You
right
don't start by
pitch,
scaring me.
right.
No, but you see,
all those stuff.
Yeah.
So just understand you and try to get people to help you align your
Yeah.
goals.
Yeah, Kola.
for me, you see, I realized earlier on in life when I knew that, okay, fine. I just went on my knees and I said a prayer, God, you've given me all these talents. People say, oh, so you have talents, you have to develop your talents. I'm like, okay, fine, God, so which one do I develop?
Yeah.
Then I realized, you know what? Why don't I, instead of just choosing one, develop all of them? So that's how come, like you said, you can't put me in a box.
Yeah.
No, but there's even me myself, I can't put
Yeah,
myself
because
in a box.
there are lots of things that you do,
And
and
then
I
when I-
hardly even know that you are even a disaster officer.
Even my office, they hardly, I don't know what I do there.
How about your office?
Yes, in my office. My former director, I think when we had the one McCarthy and this girl MC at the stadium, the Sada Youth Conference.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
a keynote speaker.
Okay.
My director was guest of honor. He didn't recognize me. So after this, I've given the keynote speech. I went back to my dad. I was just like, excuse me, you look familiar. Yeah. You look like someone. I said, it's me. Oh, serious? How did you get into this field? He didn't know.
They don't.
So you see, it's sometimes my former boss, Prof has a lot of hats. She calls it wearing hats. You should be able to wear any hat at any time and be comfortable in it. And in doing that, you know what you are capable, you know your potential. Now, how to develop that potential? For me, you brought up the issue somewhere along the line when we were talking about this program. You said the interest of volunteering. Going to Mustafa's program.
Yeah.
Mustafa organized a program.
Yeah.
He is there. Mustafa is organizing a program. He realized, no, he needs an assistant.
Yeah. People. I remember at your book launch, I reached out to him. I was like, I want to.
He needs an assistant. So I realized Mustafa is going to go back to the other. I said,
Yeah.
I just got up on it. I was a participant. I just got up. I said, okay, fine. Please, I'm Mustafa's assistant. Listen.
Even at the conference in 2019, I gave him a seat. He refused to stay. He
For
was
what?
going around.
Everything needs to go well because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's so now from being a guest, you are a volunteer. See, volunteering actually teaches you a lot of stuff you would have paid to learn.
That's true.
Because I'm seeing that conference, the most profound moment at that conference was when you were taking off
Henry gives you
your shoes.
No, she took it off.
She took it off.
To do an example about.
And then you went
I was
for,
to
and then
wear it.
later on, and I was like, wow.
And my cameraman. That is the moment they never
See,
took.
that picture
Yeah.
should have been framed and put up
Yes,
somewhere.
I don't have a picture of that moment.
Seriously, I think I have it, but I don't know where I put it.
My cameraman.
I'll find it. So you see, I started going to young people today. When you say, oh, go and volunteer, first thing they ask you is,
How much are they paying me?
how much am I getting? Oh, but this one, it doesn't even cover my transport. When I finished school and I was sitting at home for that 3 months waiting for national service, I decided to write to organizations. This is a person that I started to write to organizations. And then I got one organization, this is the Canadian something organization, and they were looking for volunteers. They tell you they are not giving you anything. They don't pay. They give you an allowance. As at 2002, the allowance, 2002, the allowance was $80 a week.
I was in primary.
They don't pay you, but they are giving you $80 a week.
Today, $80 is
That
quite.
even today,
$80.
and that was in 2002. So they only tell you they are not paying. So most organizations, foreign organizations, will not tell you that.
It's payment.
So when you get in and you are doing dedicated work, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, at the end of the month, 4 weeks, at the end of the month, they come back and go like, we owe you this amount. And go like, where is this coming from? They say, we owe you an allowance. You didn't go in for an allowance. You didn't go in for salary. But calculate how much $80. That's times 4, 32, 320. How much are people making even at the government work wearing tie every day and you're just voluntary suicide? You see?
Yeah.
So that you need, and I started going to seminars. Recently, there was a seminar at seminars and conferences. I'm not a pastor. I'm just going to sit there and listen. You don't
Yeah.
know when you need that information.
Some people were blaming me this year because I didn't give them a personal invitation to the Youth Empowerment Summit. And I was like, it was all over. It was all over. So I think that maybe just add that you don't have to necessarily wait to be invited personally.
No,
When you look at the
if you
importance,
go, I went to Modern City. I entered Mariam Hotel, the new one. I was going to look for somebody, and there was a conference. There were 4 conferences going on. I went into 3, and they said, "Oh, it's because they were doing one was for district assemblies. They said they had invited district assembly people,
okay.
and I walked in and like, oh, political card. This was designed. I said, can't I just sit and listen? They said no, but
at least
there was another one that was done at the one at Full Dreams.
Yeah.
And that one for local government practitioners. I'm like, local government practitioners? Huh? I want to sit in. You are fed 3 times a day. You eat exotic food. You are fed 3 times a day. When they told me I was walking away, no, they called me. Have you signed? I said, signed for what? They said, there's per diem.
I said,
apparently per diem was 100 cities a day. 3 days. See, so sometimes you get easy money for just being passionate.
yeah. Wow.
Another example, when I was at Sanarigu, this is a very funny one. I was at Sanarigu, and this one I learned from I've learned a lot from this guy.
Yeah.
Today he will learn some of these things. I was sitting in the office, I was bored. And they said, oh, they are coming to local government and environment people, which is part of the digital assembly. They are doing a conference. They have brought in a resource person. I said, okay, fine, I'm bored in the office. They have chosen people in the office to go. I go and sit there. And the guy, you see, this is somebody who needs, I think the resource person also needs public speaking coaching.
Yeah.
Because you are talking and the people are like this. He was doing how to enter. You know, when we started, we taught ourselves community entry.
Yeah.
Rukaya taught us, Swagol, they taught us how to do community entry when you go see the chiefs and this. So, somebody
That's
normal talking like this, I learned community entry. I was sitting there, man was sitting, and everybody was like this. And these are local people. You are teaching them community. New people, you are going to enter the community.
You have to do practicals with them.
So you have to do practical. So I said, I raised my hand. I was like, is there a break? They said, yes, you can take a break. So 15-minute break. Then I called them and went, Master, the thing you're teaching the people is not going. When they come, let's do this. And I quickly rearranged the chairs and we drew on the ground community. When you go there, where the chief sits, the people came in and they saw that sitting has changed. So hey, what is going on? Then I like, so the facilitator start asking this. If you are entering a community, your community are going to teach. Everybody became participate. Me, I was sitting in the office board though. I went there. That is me facilitating a facilitator. I was leaving again. They said, "Oh, Charlie, some signing, 40 cedis a day, 5 days." I'm sitting at home and I get a call from the district assembly. Engineer is called, the coordinator is calling me. What? Facilitator has written to the lesson that he had a co-facilitator, and that one was 200 cedis a day.
Oh, Kola. Me too, I'm a facilitator.
So I just go and they hand me an envelope.
Hey, Kola.
So these are how some of these things. And how do I learn these things? By talking to people, attending seminars.
If you're looking for facilitators, Ibrahim Mustafa has taught me some. Call me facilitator.
That's what it is.
So just give us your final words before I come to Ibrahim.
Final words. Young people, identify your potential and know yourself.
Yeah.
It is important that you know yourself. Some of us, we don't know us. We are just walking. All you know is that you like football. All you know is that you like, even if you like gadgets. I have a friend who, from childhood, was already spying on his parents doing things in it because he would dismantle the TV and use the camera. In his house, there is nothing that for a computer, everything in the back is open because of Ichinyama. And parents, when we are picturing the things, please allow us. We are being curious.
They'll be like, hey,
No. We are being curious. We'll buy you some in the end. No, when we get there, this guy is now designing games for Sega, and a game that if he designs a game, he's getting $200,000 for designing just a game.
Wow.
What he was doing was he would design the game, play with his friends, and delete it. Then he had somebody, I told him that, then I found him a coach or mentor that said, listen, you can take these games here, put the games online.
Yeah.
Then he got a call, like, are you really call? Okay, fine, we'll buy your first game for $40,000. Wow. Like, $40,000, what's $40,000? Now he's designing games.
Wow.
And selling them. So when the children start those things, let them be. And we also, as youth, let's be aware of, and through that we say knowledge. And as Mustafa taught me to break down knowledge, knowledge is one word. It's know and edge, but there's an L in the middle. That is
Right.
to learn. To learn. When you learn, you would know. When you know, you have an edge over somebody.
Yeah.
That's all.
Thank you so much, Kola. Ibrahim Mustafa, your final word.
Right. So my final words are: just be you, wherever you are. Learn to volunteer. Volunteering has given me a lot of opportunities to work with individuals like Kola, yourself, to even help build TV stations like NTV and all those things. To like, there are a lot of organizations in Tamale that
Yeah,
I can just walk into and be like them.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm welcome because of volunteering. So if you're at home, you don't have anything to do, start something. Take your phone.
Volunteer, yeah.
Start volunteering.
Learn something.
I went to Keta. There's a hotel, and like Aqua Safari area.
Mm-hmm.
I went to one hotel, and I just told the person, the manager, that I can help. Who are you? I can help. I took my phone, made them arrange the hotel. I took pictures of just my phone, made them stand well, like the
Yeah.
ushers or whatever. And I took great pictures. And I created a Facebook account for them.
Wow.
And they gave me 1,500.
Wow.
And said, anytime you come
and
it's
sleep
open
off.
for you. Like, so there are things that you can do.
You have a sister here.
But eventually, I will not go and stay there for free because I don't take free things these
Oh,
days.
that's true. That's very important.
Right. So volunteering can give you an edge
Yeah.
to let you believe in yourself. But then if you're at home, no one believes in you. Please believe in yourself.
Yeah, believe
in
I
yourself.
don't think there's someone who believed in me enough when I
Yeah.
started.
Yeah.
I
Wait.
just picked myself out. They started seeing me in China before they started believing in me. So your community may not believe in you.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's
Believe in
true.
yourself. Ibrahim, this is my story. and I'm
Wow.
done speaking.
I think we actually need a part 2 of this. And you know, this squad there's one person missing. You know who? Clement Thomason. He's missing
He'll come
in
and
the
laugh
squad. Clement, I believe possibly you are watching us. He's also been one of the great pillars for me, Martha Inspires Foundation, when I was starting the Reflections TV show. All of you, thank you so much. I don't think that a lot of people, by the way, while I was coming, have made a lot of input, but the 3 of you have made a very great foundation for me. And if I didn't start with the reading clinic, to the mentorship, now to Youth Empowerment Summit, that we have a lot of people attending, and now to Reflections TV show. Who knows what is about to happen? Because you saw a little girl at that time
Who believed in herself?
who believed in herself. You believed in me. You gave me your time to mentor me, to inspire me, and to direct me. And today, I'm also someone that some people look up to, and when they want to do something, I'm also privileged to be able to give them my little mentorship and my little knowledge. God bless you so much. And if you are in Tamale or wherever you are, check them. Ibrahim Mustafa on Facebook. You can reach out to him. Kofi Labi on Facebook as well. But if you
Kola
want
Nut.
to know
Kola
him,
Nut.
Kola Nut. Hey, sorry. Kola Nut. Just KOLANUT. Just get to him. If you are in Tamale or around Sabugu, around here, it's very easy to reach to them. And they'll give you nothing but the best of mentorship. My hair is by the Pegs Beauty Salon. I want to say a very big thank you also to the production team as well. It's been amazing here today on set. And of course, we are asking for sponsors for the Reflection Show. We want to appeal to you out there who is watching us, an individual, a business, a company, an organization, and you want your brands and services to go, or you just want to be on an episode to be able to sell your brands and services out. We have a huge following with my mentors here. We'll be able to give you nothing but the best of advertisements. Just come, we give you nothing but best discount packages. Check the screen for our contact details and give us a call, and you have great packages. My name is Martha Anabila. It's been amazing and wonderful reaching you again with this wonderful episode. Do join us same time next week on this channel. Have a good night.